welcome to my Scrappin space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. It's Paper Pumpkin Week in my Scrappin space. I love Paper Pumpkin, and the kit we're going to talk about now is the February 2025 kit. Let's get my face out of the way and look at the kit. The kit is called let's get the camera there, Hello Spring February 2025. If you are not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, think of it as your own craft experience in a box. So it always includes ink spot, and this month it is Petunia Pop. Let's look at it open here. There we go. It comes wrapped up. What else is usually in your box, I opened the wrong box to show you, is there's a stamp set, and I already pulled it to set up our projects for today, but I'll show you what's included in the stamp set. So that would also be in there. Let's open up this kit. This really does say spring, and I'm ready for spring. I don't know about you and where you live, but I just would love to feel like, yes, spring is, I can almost touch it. Like the grass is going to start. Those few blobs of snow out there are going to go away. And I think that helps just having Petunia Pop. Doesn't that just say spring to you? So when you get your Paper Pumpkin kit, this is a subscription. You can choose a month at a time, 3 months, 6 months, or your best deal is really a year subscription. That's what I do. Okay. It's wrapped very securely. And there's a cardboard. And on top of the cardboard are all your supplies. On the other side of the cardboard is your directions. And a slip. Remember I said I took the stamps out of here? So it comes with a little slip that you can clearly see what all the stamps are. This has some great sayings. Sending love to a wonderful friend. Hello, spring. Happy Easter. Thanks for helping me grow. Great for moms and grandmas. And the spring theme is more like herbs. So I'll show you those. I'll quick show you how the stamps come. Now, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, they will send you an email, and there's a link in the email that you can download this case just to insert in one of our stamp cases. And then it has the stamps printed on the back. And your stamps come this way. As you can see, I've taken mine apart a little bit because I use them to set up our projects. So they'll come like this. And many of my customers, if they don't want to use the stamp cases, they will either just tape or staple the sides of this and then stick their stamps in here. Then they have them all in a container and they can go through them. Okay, enough talking about stamps. It always comes with adhesive. And this one, you're going to twine. We're going to use twine, but it comes with tear and tape. And I think the largest sheet of dimensionals I've never seen in a kit. Look at that. Check out the envelopes. So it makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and I'll make one of each of the cards with you. But look at these envelopes. They're so fun. So they're a standard size envelope, but they're just kind of shaped a little different, and they look kind of fun. But look, they're the same size as a regular envelope. And you get 9 of those. And then, as I said, 3, guys, I'm going to just, I hate to do this because I know it looks, but I'm going to move my camera up a little bit. It feels like we're just on top of it, and it's harder to get a view. Okay, remember what I always say to you, I'm your creative coach, I'm not your tech coach. So let's see if I can do this without mucking everything up here. That might work. This is as good as it's going to get, guys. So it comes with 3 cards, 3 of each design. So 3 of the cards have this really pretty green spring print on them. We're going to use these labels. Look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a pool party with a darker, the directions didn't call for Pretty Peacock, but in one of the alternate cards we're doing in class, we paired it with Pretty Peacock. Some pretty and pink labels and some white ones. And these are meant to be stamped, but you only need 3, and they include 4, which is wonderful in case you muck one up or else you have an extra. And then look at this pretty neutral card base. And as I said, it has kind of a spring growing theme. Mint, basil, and chives. And then some more greens. And then we have a different set of chives. There's 2 different ones because we're going to stamp on them, and you use different ones here. And cardboard we're going to get rid of. So I'm going to go through and make the cards with you, one of each. I will have other videos out showing some alternate cards that we made in class. If you're not familiar with our instructions, one of the things I like about them is they're very clear. There's all the kit instructions are like this. There's no words. So this is the symbol for that tear and tape. These open circles, I'm just going to wait and see if you can see that. Yep, are the symbols for the dimensionals. One of my customers picked up one of our kits and she said her granddaughter did great with them. She just looked at all the pictures and figured it out. So let's do this one first. And the first thing it tells you to do is stamp. So let me pull these pieces out. This is the card we're going to make. Isn't that pretty? Now, it recommends the thanks for helping me grow sentiment, but of course, you could, I think it'd be pretty without a sentiment, or, you know, you could add a thank you. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you already have lots of sentiments. So let's pull out the pieces. I've already pulled aside the ones that they tell us to use. I'm going to just share with you what stamping you need to do. Everything is stamped in Petunia Pop. You stamp the sentiment, thanks for helping me grow. But as I pointed out, there's lots of other sentiments. And again, if you've been subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, you already have lots of stamps. But, you know, you could put other things on it. To a wonderful friend would be great, too. Sending love. And you may decide not to put anything on it. And then you're going to stamp this with this fun little stamp right here. And again, everything is done in Petunia Pop, and you know you're going to do that because it shows you right here. So it shows you a stamp, an ink pad, and look, I'm going to just wait till the camera catches it. It even has little arrows pointing where you're going to stamp. And then you're also going to stamp the sentiment, thanks for helping me grow. The first time you order a Paper Pumpkin kit, it comes with a block, so you want to hold on to that. Then it shows me that the stamped one with the chives is going to get the tear and tape. And the other one, which is kind of in the background, it's a little hard to see, but I knew it was that one because this one gets the dimensionals. So the only other one left is the mint. So you're going to take your tear and tape, which comes with your kit, and just peel that off and attach it to the back. Just like this. And they just have one strip going down the center. Tear and tape is really strong, and you do just tear it. And your card bases, I already folded mine so I could get all the pieces in the envelope, but I want to point out they come with a score line. Now on this print, there's no way you can see that score line. I know that. Maybe a little easier on this side. No, trust me, there's a line so you know right where to fold it. Okay, so I've done step 2, I've put the tear and tape. And then step 3 says, right here, put the dimensionals. And they're telling me to put 5 on. That's what I'm going to do. So I have this new, very large sheet of dimensionals. So large you would think I couldn't lose it on my table, but here we go. When you have a brand new sheet of dimensionals, for me the easiest way to start is just to fold it. And I'm going to put 1 on each corner and 1 in the center. So we have the adhesives on, and now they're telling us to attach them to the card front. So I'm going to kind of work my way back and put the 2 that are flat down first and then pop up this other one. So, and if you didn't want to attach the little Petunia Pop colors, you could just do it without. I think it would look fine too. So then we're just going to peel the back off. I'm going to grab a take your pick tool and just peel from the back, just like that. And then that gets pretty close to the top, up in the corner here. But you know, guys, you're just eyeing it. It's okay. Whatever you want to do will work. Why don't we put the card here so you can see what I'm building? There we go. And then we're going to peel off the back of this one. Just like that. And this just kind of overlaps a little bit. And again, I just eyed the picture. There's not a right or a wrong. But as you can see, they just kind of overlap a little bit. And then this one. So with the dimensionals, I'm going to take off the backings. And I already have enough in the camera, so I'm not going to show you my little bowl. But I have a bowl on the side to keep these. If you kind of let them go where they want, they're going to land in your car and on your clothes and everywhere else. And the only thing we want to make sure, look, I have a word at the bottom. Let's make sure that I have all the words at the bottom so I don't have one upside down. And that's just going to kind of get there. Okay. This one says we're going to use two different dimensionals. We're going to put, or two different adhesives, I'm sorry. We're going to put a dimensional at each end and a little bit of tear and tape in the middle. So let's do that. A dimensional at each end. And tear and tape in the middle. And it tells me to cut 12 inches of tear and tape. I want to show you, they just kind of loop it around so you have a little bit on each end. Guys, as many times I've tried, I can't make that work. So I'm going to show you what I do instead. But again, it's your card. You can do whatever. You could even do that little nesty thing, you know, where they do a circle. So I have 12 inches of twine, okay, and kind of in half. It doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm going to make a loop here and a loop here, and I'm going to make a knot just like this. So I just made a knot with my two loops, and as you can see, they're not very even. I don't have very much tail, so then I'm just going to pull each end. They don't have to be exact, they're just kind of showing out the back, okay? And you decide how much playing you want to do with it. But once you kind of have them roughly where you want it, the trick is to make another knot with the loops, because that keeps your the loops not from like coming undone. So then when you see here, they have a loop and a tail and a loop and a tail. So that's what we're going to do. Let's peel this off. And I put more tear and tape on there than you want. And then you're just going to make sure that you have a loop and a tail off of one end and a loop and a tail off of the other end. This is not rocket science. And then we're going to peel the backs off. We're going to make sure that our saying is going the correct way. I can assure you though, if it isn't, you can lift it up and flip it and no one will even see where you kind of rip the card. Okay. Then they just have you kind of put this here at the top. I'll tell you, I didn't like that look on this one, so I'm going to move it down because it's my card and I get to do it however I want, and so do you. So that's going to go there, and then this string is just supposed to kind of come off each side. Not sure it's a look that works for me, but I'm following directions there. There we go. So there's our card. You know what? I do like it where you can see more of it, but again, it's your card. You get to do it however you want. That is card number one. They go together really easily. Card number two is going to use that green card base. And there is just a quick trick to that I want to show you. This is what the card looks like. Let's get that out of the way. And it says, to a wonderful friend. I'm very lucky. I have a couple people I could send that to. But the card base has a direction. So when I fold it, and the fold line's easier to see here, I don't want to build my card, like I don't want this to be the front of my card because all my herbs are growing upside down. Not a good look. So once you fold it, make sure when you start to build on your card front that your plants are going the correct direction. Now I'm not a gardener, but even I know they have to go up. Okay, let's look at those pieces. Okay. So I have stamped to a wonderful friend. And one of the things the directions show us is you don't want to stamp in the center. They have an arrow showing you that you want to stamp to one side. That's because it's how it's going to be layered. There are two different sizes of these really pretty basic beige labels, and we're using the larger one for this card. So it tells us to put tear and tape on the back. Now, The other thing you can use besides tear and tape is, if you, like me, prefer to use a tape runner, I would just do that. It's faster, but it works, whatever works for you. Use the adhesive that makes the most sense to you. So again, we're going to make sure my plants are growing in the correct direction, and we're just going to lay this down on here. I really like this large label. I think it's really pretty. Then they show you the backs of these pieces and tell you what to put on each one. Now for you, this may be like, oh, I get that. For me, I have to stop and look. So this is how I do it. I turn them over just like they are there, and I kind of match them up. So for example, this one is the same shape as this. This one, when I turn it around, is the same shape as this. This one is the same shape, and this one is the same shape. And I'm going to kind of hold that up so you can see it. There we go. So this piece matches that piece roughly. They do a pretty good job of showing you the shapes. See this piece that kind of sticks up like this? That matches this one. That one matches this one. And then there's another one down here. There's 4 of them. And this one matches this. So once I kind of see where they go, I know which ones are going to need tape, or in my case, I'll use a tape runner probably, and which ones are going to need dimensionals. So these two I'm using a tape runner. Tear and tape works great too. This is just sometimes quicker for me. And these need the dimensionals. So let's grab those. I have a little avalanche here. Does that ever happen to you? Everything kind of just went crashing. Just a second ago, I knocked something on the floor. Yeah, there we go. Just like this. We're going to put that there, and that there. And then they even kind of show you where to put the dimensionals. And I always talk about my not following directions, but I do kind of do what they do, because sometimes it has to do with layering, and they know where the dimensionals should fall since they designed the kit. Okay, now we're just going to lay everything down. And I can tell that this kind of goes here because I'm following the picture. And this one, very pretty, kind of goes here, and there seems to be a little gap between them. And then this one is going to go in the center, so I'm going to peel the backs off. And that's going to go, this is how far I am, guys. And all the stems are down. So this is how far we are. We're following the directions, we're doing just that. Now it is telling me, just like before, dimensional, dimensional, and just a little bit of tear and tape. So I'm going to use a little bit of my tape runner. Dimensional, dimensional, and just like before, they're doing the loopy thing, and I'm going to do the bow because for me that's easier. And really, card science is not exact. You should do what's easiest for you. You should make it look the way that's most pleasing for you. No one's going to get a handmade card from you and say, oh, I think you did this wrong. There's not a wrong way in card making. So again, I'm going to make 2 loops, and I'm going to tie the loops. Like one loop is going around, just like I had 2 pieces of string. Then I'm going to kind of play with it just a little bit. And then I'm going to knot them again so they don't come undone, my 2 loops. And that's where that little piece of tear and tape, or I'm using tape runner because it's honestly a little easier with my hands to do that. And I'm going to set that knot right there, and a loop and a string are going either way. And this one feels really long, but maybe I'll trim it when I put it on there. I'm going to take the backings off. And to a wonderful friend, we're going to make sure The sentiment is going the right way. And this is already popped up. So I don't want to put this dimensional on top of that where it's already popped up. It's going to go on the other side, which is why they had us put it just at each end. Okay. And I'm actually going to, there, right like that. There we go. Then I have this other one that we were to put dimensionals on. And that one, this would be a great thank you. You could put to a wonderful friend on the front and put a birthday greeting on the inside. And that's going to go right here. There we go. Now this end is a little off and it's bugging me. So I get to do that. And card 2 is done. I saved the best for last. Card 3 is really my favorite card. So for card 3, you're going to start with this blue base. And we're going to look at this one. Isn't this gorgeous? It says, Hello Spring. It looks like I got a little wild with the string there too, didn't I? There's a fold, so I know where I'm going to fold it. They all fit in the same envelope. And let's look and see what we're going to do. I'm going to ink up again. It's the same stamp, but it's a different, and this messed me up the first time I did this. I stamped all of them and I didn't need to. Let me show you what I'm talking about, just to save you a little bit of trouble. There are 2 of them that say chive. The one for this one has the same kind of finish around the labels. And this one has, let's call it rick-rack trim, okay? And so once I paid a little closer attention and saw that, it makes sense. So I just want to save you that. All right, so we stamped Hello Spring, but if you don't want Hello Spring, remember the stamp set also has Happy Easter. So that would look cute on there too. All right, so we've done our stamping. Now on the back of here, tear and tape or tape runner, and that goes flat. Now this card opens this way, and that's going to go here. I think this is just so pretty. This is going to get dimensionals. Like so. There we go. And that's going to go on top of here. Just like that. This, again, my favorite card here. Hello Spring's going to get some dimensionals, but we're going to attach it last. I'm just grabbing the dimensionals while I have them. We have this little pretty green stripe which says spring, and no surprise, we have string. She says looking for, oh, here it is, the string. And again, it's the same thing. So I'm just going to loop, loop, knot. Like so. Then on the back of here, one side is going to get the tear and tape or tape runner, and the other side is getting a dimensional. And it's all about how they're layering it. So the side that has the tear and tape, that's going against here. Oh guys, look who has that on crooked. We're going to gently lift it up. Very gently, and straighten it out. It's cute, but it can't get away with being that crooked. Even its cuteness won't cover for that. Now this is going to go on here. And again, they're covering up the word chives. So I guess I will. Well, no, maybe I won't. I kind of like it like that. There we go. But let's get this on here straight too. Oh, guys, guess what I forgot to do? My loop-de-loop is not on there, but we can sneak that under there. It will be okay. You can always fix it in card making. There we go. That was easy. But again, this card wants to make me work for it. And hello, spring. There we go. Doesn't that look fun, fresh? There we go. So easy. So this is the February 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit. Hello, spring. Great directions. Oh, you only need one of these here, Joni. There we go. And there's our cards. And here is, I just love these envelopes. I know it's the little things, isn't it? Such a fun envelope. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your crafty friends. And if you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin, just reach out to me. I'm happy to answer them. Until next time, take care and keep crafting.